I think you just have to say, yeah, you're fine.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I'll mute everyone, and we're just going to come to lying today. So we're just going to lie down when you're ready. So take your time, and any lying position that's suitable for you. So if you want to take yourself down, so either feet flat on the floor or legs long, but just a nice comfortable position to begin. So just taking a few moments, just at the start of class, just coming away from your morning and just beginning to draw your attention inwards. Just begin to pay a little bit of attention to your breath. So maybe just following it as it comes in through your nose, along the back of your throat, and then down into your belly. And then as your breath starts to smooth out, just notice how your body feels. Maybe directing your breath to any areas that feel particularly tight. Try and allow your body to relax as much as you can. As your body starts to release its hold, just taking a moment, just noticing how you feel. But just allowing your thoughts just to come and go. Try not to hold on to anything in particular. As I mentioned, today's class is a twisting practice. So twists are energizing and revitalizing in yoga. So really trying to, with the warm weather, sometimes we can feel a little bit lethargic. So really just trying to give us a little boost of energy. But just doing what feels right to you. And I will always give the non-twisted version of the posture when we're standing particularly. And you can use that again rather than coming in for the twist. So we'll start to move a little bit. So when you're ready, we're just going to lift your right foot up and pull your right knee towards your chest. And then if you take your hands, you can either place them on your knee or your shins. There's both hands, you can interlink them if you want. And then just start to gently draw that right knee towards the chest a little bit more. So stretching a little bit through your hip. Try and relax through the head and the neck. And then from here, we'll move a little bit side to side. As you inhale, we'll move that knee just over towards the left shoulder a little bit. And then as you exhale, take it over towards the right shoulder, maybe even going past the right shoulder. So you're going to take it out to the side. And then just start to move in your own way. So just following the breath in and out through your nose. Keep the breath nice and even. So you're moving the inhale and the exhale evenly. When you're ready, we'll move the knee back towards the centre, and this time just using your left hand, we're going to draw that knee all the way over to the left side. So take your time just taking it over, take it as far as you can, maybe stretch your right arm away from you and look along it. And try and relax the leg, the right leg, so that you feel the stretch in the hip. When you're ready, we'll make our way back towards the centre. So as you come into the middle, you can just draw both knees back in towards your chest for a moment. And then we'll keep the left knee in and we'll extend the right leg away. So as you do that again, hands on the knee or the shin, start to draw the knee towards your chest. So just gently drawing it in, just see how it feels as it moves in. And then when you're ready, we'll start moving side to side again. So on the inhale, move the knee over towards the right shoulder. And on the exhale, move it over towards the left. When you're ready, start to make your way back towards the centre of your knee. And using your right hand this time, just start to move it over towards the right side. Stretch your left arm, maybe look along it. When you're ready, we'll make our way back towards the centre. So just, again, join both knees in towards your chest. This time we'll take the knees just a little bit further away so they're over your hips. We're going to do a little bit to warm up the core. We're going to take a yogic bicycle today. So we're going to interlock the fingers and take the hands by the back of your head. As you inhale, lift the upper body up off the ground. So we're going to move over towards the right with your left elbow and then extend the left leg away. So you're twisting over towards the bent knee. As you exhale, come back to the centre. And then on the inhale, just move the other way. So we're trying to move really slowly here. And it will be a little bit harder as we move slowly. So really control it. So think about your breathing. Maybe a little Ujjayi breath would help here, so you can make it a little bit more audible if you want. Or just breathing in and out through your nose. Again, working as slowly as you can, matching the breath to the movement. Well done. We'll just do one more on either side, so take your time. Well done. When you're ready, slowly release the head down. Take your hands by the back of your thighs this time. And we're just going to roll a little bit here. So you're rolling back and forwards, just massaging your spine a little bit. So you can come up whenever you want, but if you want to do a couple more. And then just when you're ready, make your way up to sitting. We're going to come to all fours. So if you make your way around, if you are using blocks, if you grab the blocks and bring them round, when we do our standing postures, you might actually need a block. I should have said that at the beginning, but if you've got one handy, then you can use it. You don't have to have it, you can use your hand, but if you have one, then you can get it. So we'll do a few cat-cows when you come in, so spread the hands, knees underneath your hips. As you inhale, drop the belly and lift the chest. And then on the exhale, if you pull the belly in and round through the upper back and shoulders, just pushing them out away. So again, start to move in your own way, matching your movement to your breath. When you're ready, on your next inhale, we're going to move back to a more neutral position. So we're coming back into the centre. Pull your belly in here, and then on your inhale, we're going to extend your right leg behind you. So we're going to take that right leg and we're going to take it over to the outside of your left foot. So if you take it all the way across and then you can drop it down towards the ground. Now with that right leg, you might want to move it a little bit further over. So we're stretching through the side body, but just see how it feels. Now from there, we're going to turn the head and look down the left side. So you're looking back towards that foot. And start to feel a strong stretch up the right side of your body. Just breathing into it. Okay, we'll take one more big inhale. When you're ready, lift your right foot back up again. And then on the exhale, we'll pull the knee in towards your chest, so rounding in your back as you pull that knee in. As you inhale, lengthen and stretch the leg all the way behind you again. So do that again, so inhale, pull the knee in round through your back. And then extend and lengthen it behind you. Now this time as you pull your knee in, we're going to step it to the top. So if you draw your knee in first and then step your right foot up towards the top of your mat. So one hand either side of that front foot, maybe slide back a little bit through your left leg, but just see how all of that feels. And then we'll start to come up. So as you inhale, moving up. So you can take your hands to that right thigh if you want to, or reach the arms up, but just see how it feels once you come up there. Try and allow the hips to drop forwards and down here. So we're trying to stretch through the hips. Now again, please feel free to stay here, hands up or down, or come in for a little twist again. So we're going to take your left hand, we're going to reach it up. And then your right hand is either just going to go into your low back, or if you can, reach it over towards the back of that left thigh. And if you can do that, you could start reaching up further with the left hand and rotate round towards the right side. So again, it's a little twist, but just see how it feels. Good, very nice. Okay, one more big inhale. When you're ready, release both hands back down towards the ground. Now from here again, we're going to come in for another twisting posture. So you can keep your back knee on the ground or tuck the toes and lift the back knee up off the ground. So this is our easy twist. So we're going to take your left hand to the ground, right hand to the right knee, or maybe you reach up through that right hand. So try and align your hands here. So you want a kind of straight line from the top hand all the way down through your shoulders to that bottom hand. Good. Okay, take one more deep inhale. Release the hand back down. This time we'll step back to plank. So if you've got your back knee on the ground, you might want to lift it up. So if you set to plank position first and then lower your knees down just where they are, so you're coming into this kneeling plank position. From there, we'll just bend the elbows and lower all the way down to the ground. From here on your inhale, we'll come up to Cobra. So lift the shoulders, lift the chest. And then on the exhale, release down. As you inhale, you can push yourself back up to that all fours position. And then start to move back to child's pose. So you can walk your hands back and just rest back in that child's pose for a moment. Just see how that side feels. Okay, when you're ready, we'll move back up again. So take your time just to that all fours position. So again, separating the hands and the knees, belly pull down. So we'll circle round here. So maybe move up and over your wrists a little bit and then start to press your hips back towards the heels a little. Just see how that feels. You might go a little bit further, taking the hips all the way back and moving up and over the wrist. When you're ready, we'll change directions, just moving the opposite way. When you're ready, come back towards the centre. So again, as you come in, pull the belly in, and on the inhale, extend and lengthen through your left leg this time. So we're going to move that left leg all the way over to the outside of the right foot. So again, you could move it a little bit further over if you want to, just see how it all feels. And then start to turn around. So you're looking around towards that right side, looking down towards your left foot and stretching through the left side body. Okay, on your next inhale, start to pick that left foot up. And then on the exhale, we're going to draw the knee in and round through your back, drawing it in towards your chest. So do that again. So inhale, lengthen and stretch the leg behind you. And on the exhale, pull it in. Okay, we'll do that once more. So stretch the leg away. And then as you pull it in, we'll keep it in towards your chest. And then we'll step that left foot towards the top of your mat. Again, hands either side. Maybe slide the right leg back a little bit, so you get a little bit more of a stretch. Keeping the knee over the ankle and the front leg. So as you inhale to come up, hands to the leg or arms reaching up. Try and soften in the shoulders a little bit and allow gravity to draw the hips down. Okay, so this time when you're ready, you're going to reach up with your right hand, and then the left hand is going to go either just to your low back, or maybe it moves over towards the back of that thigh. Just see how it feels once you get there. So keep reaching up through the right hand, and then start to rotate round towards the left side. done. When you're ready, on the inhale, reach the arms back up. And on the exhale, release the hands towards the ground. So again, you could keep your back knee on the ground, maybe tuck the toes and lift the back knee up off the ground. So coming in for that easy twist again, right hand down, left hand to the knee, or left arm reaching up. Good. Okay, one more big breath. Slowly release the hand down towards the ground. Again, we'll step back to that plank position. So lift the back knee if you've got it from the ground. And then lower your knees just straight down towards the ground. So you're in this kneeling plank position, which you can use further on. And then bend your elbows to release down. As you inhale, draw the shoulders back, lifting up, Cobra. And on the exhale, this time we'll just move back to a downward facing dog. So you can take your time, you can move up onto your knees first, tuck your toes and then lift your hips to our first downward facing dog. So take your time moving into it. Maybe keep both knees bent here. So as we bend both knees, sometimes we can then use the upper body a lot more and spread the fingers and try and get a real good stretch through the upper back and the shoulders. So sometimes if we have the legs straight, then it kind of limits the stretch that we can have in the upper part of your body. And there's nothing to say if that feels good, that you can't do it like that all the time. So just see how it feels. Okay, when you're ready, on your next inhale, we'll lift the heels up, looking forwards. And you can either step or walk towards the top. So take your time, there's no rush. When you get there, separate your feet hip distance. And just let the upper body fold forwards. Again, bending the knees generously here. Maybe take hold of opposite elbows and just gently sway a little bit. Okay, we'll release the hands back down again. So you can keep your feet hip distance apart. As you bend your knees, we're going to rise up. So start to lift yourself up and then start to reach the hands and lift them all the way up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down by your sides. So we're going to do a variation on a sun sal today. This is the start of it. So as you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. So maybe bending into your knees as you come down. As you inhale, reach up. So all the way back up. And on the exhale, bring the hands down by your sides. So we'll do that again. So matching your movement to your breath. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold forwards towards your legs. Inhale to reach. And exhale, hands by your sides. Okay, we'll do that again. So inhale up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale to reach. Exhale, hands by your sides. Okay, we'll do that again. So inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to reach. Exhale, hands by your sides. So we're going to add on to that. So when you're ready, inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. On the inhale this time, we're going to step back with your right legs as if you were coming into a lunge position. So you're just going to step back right foot. As you exhale, we're going to step back, downward facing. On the inhale here, we're going to float forward to a plank. So we lift the heels, pull your belly in, move forwards to plank. As you exhale, bend your knees, lower them down, and then bend the elbows and lower all the way to the ground. As you inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the chest, Cobra. And on the exhale, we'll make our way back to down dog, but in your own way. And you can always make your way back to child's pose as well. So do please work where you can and when it feels best here. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths or so. So, you know, maybe still pedaling out your feet if you feel that's appropriate. Maybe still bend the knees, just whatever feels right to you. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. We're going to start to move back up towards the top of your mat. So lift your heels, look forwards, and either step or walk towards the top. So take your time. On the inhale, reach up, rise all the way up. And on the exhale, bring the hands down by your sides. So we'll do that again. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forwards. So this time on the inhale, we're going to step back with your left leg. So big step back into that lunge position. On the exhale, step back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift your heels, pull the belly and float forwards into that plank position. As you exhale, lower the knees, bend the elbows and lower all the way down. As you inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the chest, Cobra. And on the exhale, we'll make our way back to either child's pose or downward facing dog. Take your time, move yourself in your own way, either finding some stillness or finding some movement, whatever feels right. Okay, when you're ready, on your next inhale, we'll lift the heels, looking forwards, either step or walk towards the top of your mat, so taking your time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms by your sides. Okay, we'll do that twice more, so again, just modify it as you need to. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. As you inhale, right leg steps back, so into that lunge. On the exhale, step back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift your heels, move forward to plank, and this time you can lower your knees or just bend your elbows this time to chaturanga. As you inhale, upward facing or cobra. And on the exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog or child's pose. And take a few breaths here. So maybe if you're getting a little bit hot, you can take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out your mouth. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. When you're ready, lift your heels, look forwards, make your way up towards the top of your mat, take your time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands by your sides. Okay, we'll do this one more time. So inhale up. Exhale to fold. As you inhale, left leg steps back to lunge. And on the exhale, step back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift your heels, draw your belly in, float forwards into plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or lower your knees. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. Okay, when you're ready, on your next inhale, lift your heels, look forwards, step or walk to the top. Inhale, reach up. And this time we'll bring the palms towards the center of your heart. So just bring the hands in, maybe close your eyes, just see how you feel. Okay, we'll release the hands and open the eyes. So we're going to do a little balance now. So again, you don't have to do the twisting part of it. A strap might be handy here. You could grab a strap if you want to. I'm just going to do the bent leg version of it, but if you wanted to work on straightening your leg, you could. And use a wall if you need to as well. So we'll start with the feet separated, so just a little bit apart. We'll stand on the right leg, and you're going to bend the right leg a little bit and draw the belly in. So we're just going to start with a knee lift. So all you're going to do is to lift your left knee up. And that could be option one. You could just simply stay with that. So just lifting that knee up and holding it. If you want a little bit more, you could use your hand. We're coming in for a twist here. So you just take your hand on your right hand onto the left knee or shin. And then with the left arm, we stretch it back. So option-wise, you could take that hand underneath the thigh and extend the leg forward. You could grab hold of your foot or your big toe and extend it forwards. And you could use a strap here. So you could put the strap around the ball of your foot, take both of your straps into your right hand and reach back with your left. So it really just depends what you're trying to do. It is a twist, so we're basically twisting. But you might want to work on your hamstring if you want to. Good. And try and maybe to challenge your balance, you could look back at the left hand, but just see how that feels. Well done. Okay, from there, we'll slowly release that, come back to the centre, and then release the foot all the way back down again. Maybe bring your hands just towards the centre of your heart. And again, close your eyes or lower your gaze and just see how that all feels. So we'll come in, we'll try the other side. So again, separate your feet a little bit. Standing on your left leg, we'll bend the knee a little and draw the belly in. So just start by just lifting through that right leg, just see how that feels. It might feel a bit different from the other side. And you can just stay here. Maybe flex your foot a little. You want to come in for the twist, left hand onto that knee or shin, and then reaching straight back behind you with your right hand. Again, stay there, maybe take your hand underneath the leg and straighten it out if you want to work through the back of your thigh a little. Or if you can grab the foot or the big toe, then do that. Use your strap if you want to. So the concept of our twisting is that we keep something still. And most of the standing postures, that's what we do as well. So we keep the hips still, if you like. So rather than turning through your hip, keep your hips level and forwards. And we rotate a little bit higher up, so through the belly button. Good, when you're ready, slowly release, so back towards the centre. And then release the foot back down. So again, maybe bring your feet together, palms together. Just close the eyes and see how you feel. Okay, when you're ready, we'll release the hands, we'll open the eyes, and we'll come in and we'll do some standing postures now. So again, if you do have a block, then you might want to use it. We're going to try our twisted triangle today as well as our ordinary triangle. So you might need one, but you don't necessarily have to have one. I'll grab one just in case anyone's using it. Have it up towards the top of your mat. We're going to come in through that same variation of the sun salutation that we've been doing, but if you'd rather step into it, you could just step back with your left leg to warrior one, and you can modify the sun sal as much as you need to. So feet either together or a little bit apart, relax the shoulders down your spine. And in fact, Emma, no, I'm going to stay here. Okay, when you're ready, we'll inhale and reach up with the arms. And on the exhale, folding forwards towards your legs. So as you inhale, we're going to step back with your right leg. So again, into that lunge position once more. And then on the exhale, step back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, pull your belly and lift your hips, move forwards into plank. On the exhale, either lower your knees or bend your elbows to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. As you exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. So when you get here, your right foot is going to step up towards the top of your mat. So we're coming in for warrior one. So we'll maybe hop the back foot in, place the heel down, toes turn forwards. And then as you inhale, start to come up into that warrior one position. So take your time coming into it, try and rotate the shoulders and the hips towards the front of your mat. Straight back leg with the toes turning in, and that front leg is bent with the knee over the ankle in the front leg. And again, if it doesn't suit you to have the arms up, just keep the arms down, maybe bring the hands towards the center of your heart if you want to. So in this warrior one position, we're going to do the same twisting move that we did when we were in the high lunge position. So again, if it doesn't suit you, then you're just going to simply stay in the position that you're in just now. So if you want to join me, we're going to lift up through your left hand, and your right hand is just going to go either on your low back or maybe over to the left thigh. Just see how it feels. And then keep reaching through your right hand, keep bending into your front leg and rotate round towards the right side. Still breathing, so keep an eye on your breathing. Take one more big inhale. When you're ready, release the hands back up towards the ceiling for one breath. And then on the exhale, rotate round to warrior two. So we open up the other way into warrior two. Good. And turn the toes maybe at the back foot a little bit further out so they're pointing towards that long edge. Start to sink into that warrior two position. So reach through your fingers, draw the belly up and in. So we still want the knee over the ankle on this front leg. So try not to go too far that the knee kind of goes over that. From here, we're going to reverse it. So we'll take your left hand down the back thigh, right hand turns up and then lift up. And as you do that, nothing changes in the legs. So the legs stay in that strong warrior two position. Good, we're just stretching through the front of the body now. Okay, we'll take one more big inhale. When you're ready, move back as if you were coming into warrior two, but we're going to come into side angle. So as you do that, just lean forwards a little bit, maybe taking that forearm just down towards the thigh. And you could just stay here, just with that forearm there. If you can, then take your top hand and reach it up and stretch past your ear. So you're getting that long stretch position through the body. Again, you could take your hand down towards the ground. So, see how that feels. Remember, we're kind of twisting here, so you're rotating your chest towards the ceiling as you take it further down. So if you feel that when you take it further down, your chest then drops down, then you want to come up a little bit. Well done. Okay, we'll take one more big inhale here and then start to move back up again. So take your time coming up. Maybe bring your hands towards the center. Now we're coming into the twisted version of this. If you want to just stay here, then that's fine. Okay. If you want the twisted version, you may have to hop your back foot in. We need to turn around towards the front and turn the back toes in a little bit. So see how that feels. So we rotate round towards the front in this position. From there, we lean forwards a little bit and then taking your left elbow to the outside of that right knee, rotate round towards the right. Again, if it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Just stay where you are. Good. And remember, we're keeping the hips as still and square as we can, and we're rotating through the belly button. One more breath. To come out of it, move back to the center first of all, and then start to just come back up again. Good. When you come up, you could straighten your front leg because it'll feel a little bit better, hopefully. So we're going to do triangle and twisted triangle, but your options are just do triangle twice. So sort out your legs. Again, in warrior two, our legs are really wide, but in triangle, they're kind of a little bit narrower. It's kind of more a tripod shape rather than a super wide shape. We still want to open up to the side though, so we're opening up through your hips. Reach the hands, and then take a deep breath in. Reach forwards and lower down. So maybe just taking that hand just down a little bit, reaching up with your top hand, If you can go down further, then take it down further, but try to feel like you're lengthening away from the bottom leg rather than going in towards it. So you want to stretch out, so you're stretching through that bottom side waist. Very nice. Lovely. Good. Okay, take one big breath there. Start to rise back up. Release the hands. So if you want to, you could just come in again and you can do triangle once more, okay? If you want to try the twisted version, again, the same when we were doing the side angle and into the twist, we have to turn our shoulders and our hips towards the front. So you might want to walk the back foot in even more, or even just turn the toes of the back leg forwards a little bit more. If you're using your block, then it's going to be in your left hand. If you're not using your block, you're going to reach forward with your left hand. So the shoulders and hips are round. So it's a little bit like warrior one, but with a straight leg rather than a bent leg. So reach forwards and then release the hand down or the block down. And you want it to go to the, well, ideally we want it to go to the outside edge of your front foot, but we're going to play about with the inside edge of your front foot, maybe even slightly forwards. So we're trying to twist round. So we want to reach up through our right hand. Again, I like to take my right hand and grab hold of my ribs and then draw myself round towards the right and then reach up with the right. But you could simply turn and reach up with your right hand. Again, just see how it feels. Try and keep the hips as square and level as you can as you rotate through your belly button. Well done. Okay, from here, start to release the right hand down, bend your front leg. Take both hands back down onto the ground if you can. From there, turn the toes of your back leg so you're in that lunge position. Step back to plank. And we'll just lower down to child's pose here. So lower your knees. And then release back into that child's pose. Just have a little rest. So the arms can be bent by your sides. Maybe crossed over for the head to rest on. And just see how that feels. So it's quite a lot of twisting, quite a lot of different postures. So. Well done. So we're going to move back up. We're just going to come straight in for the other side. So when you're ready, if you bring yourself back up to an all fours position again. Again, you could just make it up to the top and then just step back if you like stepping back into it. We're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips to downward facing dog. So again, we're moving into the left side body now. So look forward, step your left foot up towards the top. And we're moving to warrior one again. So maybe hop your back foot in, place the heel down, toes forward. And as you inhale, just start to gently come up. So even when you come up out of that, if you feel that you're not quite in the right position with your feet or legs, then please feel free to adjust it until you get into the position that suits you. Reaching with the arms or keeping the hands by your sides or towards the chest. So finding your breath when you get there. And we'll come back in for that twist again. So again, if you don't want to do it, just simply stay here. So we're reaching up with your right hand this time. Left hand either to your low back or reaching back for that right back thigh. But just see how that feels. And then start to rotate round towards the left. And just be aware that you're not pulling back on that front knee into the front knee a little bit more as you rotate round. Okay, one more big breath in. Reach back up with both arms and then open up to warrior two. So again, we're coming all the way around to that warrior two position. When you get there, if your feet are not in the right position, then adjust them. So with warrior two, the legs are wide, the hips sink down, and the hips open up. Okay, reach with your fingers. So we'll reverse it. So taking that left hand down, right hand up, lift up with the arm. And again, if you don't want to take the reverse version of it, then just stay in warrior two. Still working the legs strongly. Well done. Okay, when you're ready, come back up to warrior two, and we'll move into side angle. So lengthen forward, maybe release your forearm down, reaching up with your top hand, maybe taking that hand down towards the ground, still reaching up and still rotating around through your chest. Good. Well done, very nice. So trying to get that long, extended stretch through the side of your body. So remember, when we go down, what we don't want to happen is that the arm goes up and then starts traveling down again. So the arm keeps traveling up. Okay, from there, inhale, come back up. Release the hands. And you might want to straighten your leg a little bit and bend it. You can always move when you're there. So we're going to come into the twisted version of it. Again, if you just want to simply stay here, you can. You might want to hop your back foot in. You definitely want to turn the toes of the back foot in so you can rotate the shoulders and hips round towards the front leg. From there, start to lengthen forwards. And then coming in for the twist, take that right elbow to the outside of your left knee and lift up through your right elbow. So we try to align the elbows as we come round. So in that twisted prayer position, we align the elbows, we align the shoulders, open up through your chest. Okay, we'll move out of it. So inhale back to the center, and then on the exhale, come back up. Straighten your front leg. Okay, triangle. So if you want to, again, maybe hop the back foot in, maybe your legs are too wide apart. Still keeping that openness in the hip joint, and the front leg actually rotates out a little bit. So the top of the thigh rotates out. So there's a little bit of external rotation. Reach with your hands. Good, lengthen forwards and release down. So just the way you can without forcing or straining anything. Good, and lengthen that bottom side waist. Very nice. Remember, we just go into things about 70%. So we go into things 100% all the time. We just end up injuring ourselves. So just gently does it. If it doesn't feel like you could hold it there for a while, then it's probably a little bit too far. Inhale, come back up again. So option-wise, just come back in and try triangle again when we move into it. If you want to try twisted version again, grab your block or use your hand. We still need to turn the toes of the back foot in. So if you need to hop the foot in to do that, then do that. Or turn the toes forward. So the hips and the shoulders are towards that short edge of your mat. Your block is in your right hand this time. And we lengthen forwards over that front leg. Releasing the hand down or the block down. So initially you would go to the inside of the front foot. But when your flexibility increases, you want to move to the outside of it. But, don't strain it. So if you can from there, just reach up through that left hand and rotate round. If you want to use your left hand, grab your ribs, draw them round, reaching up. Again, keep the hips as level as you can as you rotate round. And when you come round, try and align your shoulders, align your hands, very similar to when we're in triangle itself. Okay, from there, when you're ready, slowly release that left hand down. Bend your front leg again and place both hands back down onto the ground. Turn on the toes of your back leg. From there, step to plank. And this time we're just going to lower all the way to the ground, so you could just bend your knees. And then just slowly bend your elbows. Lower down. Have a little rest, so bring your arms down, drop your head down. And just breathe there. Just see how it all feels. And from here, we're going to do a little bit of Shalabhasana practice. So in Shalabhasana, you can't really twist it that much. So we're going to do a little diagonal strengthening move for Shalabhasana, and then we'll come in and we'll try Shalabhasana itself. So when you're ready, we're going to stretch the arms overhead. If you want to do this legs only, then you can just bend the arms and drop your head down. We're going to do opposite arm to leg here. So you can start with your forehead down. As you breathe in, we're going to lift up through the right leg and the opposite arm. On the exhale, just slowly release back down. And then change sides, so lifting through that left leg, extending and lifting through the opposite arm, and slowly release down. If you want a little bit more, you could lift the upper body as you do that, so lifting up through your chest, and then slowly releasing down. Again, try to work as slowly as your breath allows, so keep your breath nice and long. And stretching and lengthening through that opposite arm to leg. Okay. We'll just do one more of these on either side, so take your time. When you're ready, slowly release the arms. So you can bend them back in, drop your head down, and just release there for a moment. So we'll move back in for Shalabhasana. So your choice, again, you could just keep the arms where they are, just lift your legs up. Maybe take your hands down by your sides, pressing the palms down towards the ground. You can lift your chest as you lift the legs, or stretch the arms back, or maybe clasp and interlink your fingers just behind your low back. So just see how that feels. So on an inhale, we'll lift through the legs first of all. And then as you exhale, maybe press the palms and lift the chest. Maybe stretch the fingertips behind you, or clasp the hands on your low back. Draw the shoulders back, lift the chest up, and just breathe there. Just notice on the inhale, the body rises a little bit. Maybe on the exhale, you can hold that rise. Okay, one more big inhale. And on the exhale, slowly release everything back down. So relax the arms, maybe bring them back round underneath your head. Drop the head down. Okay, from there, we'll start to make our way back up just to a sitting position. So if you take your hands under your shoulders, just press yourself up to all fours. You can walk your knees in and then just take a little seat. So we'll bring both legs out in front of us when you're ready. We are going to take a little seated twist here. So again, there is a big difference between turning and twisting. So you could do this gently and just turn rather than twist into it. So we'll keep your right leg straight, bend your left leg in, and then take the left leg over the top of the right. So from here, either use your right hand, your right arm, or maybe reach up through your right hand and take the elbow to the outside of that knee. Left fingertips behind you, and then start to rotate yourself around. Again, just, if you just want to turn, just move a little way. If you want to twist, then move a little bit more. Keep your hips still. Keep your right foot flexed and your right leg straight. And press down through your left big toe. Okay, when you're ready, we'll slowly release that back towards the center. So just releasing the upper body first. Release your legs and we'll change sides. So flex your left foot, bend the right leg in and pop it over the top. Again, using your hands, using your arm, maybe lifting up and taking that elbow to the front, right fingertips behind. So try and keep your hips as level as you can, your foot flexed, and lift through the right fingertips so you're not slouching back. Okay, when you're ready, slowly release back towards the middle. So from there, we'll release both legs out in front. We're going to do a little forward fold now. It's quite nice after a twist to do a forward movement. So again, you can bend your knees a lot here. Keep the legs straight or sit on a block if you'd like to as well. And you can always use a strap. But on the inhale, we'll reach up with the arms. And on the exhale, we'll fold forwards towards your legs. So maybe the hands rest on your legs, your ankles, your feet. Try and think about lengthening through your spine. So rather than rounding too much to get down, try and lengthen through the base of your spine, through your hips. But do try and relax the head and the neck when you're ready. Okay, when you're ready, we'll start to make our way back up, so take your time. From there, we're going to move on to your back, so we're going to do a little bridge movement. Again, you could grab your block and make it a little bit more restorative if you want to, but just see how you get on when you get down there. So if you make your way onto your back, and we're going to bend your knees, have your feet quite close towards your bottom. And today we'll have the palms just turned up towards the ceiling. So we're using more of the legs to lift us up. So on your next inhale, push through your feet, start to lift the hips. If you do want to use your block, just popping that block underneath your hips and then just rest your hips and your lower back down towards it. Make sure it feels comfortable and supportive so you can kind of relax on top of it. Otherwise, press up a little bit more. Maybe if you're on your shoulders, start to move the shoulder blades underneath your back and clasp your hands. And then you can start to press on your upper arms, lifting the hips a little bit higher. But just see how it feels. Try to keep engaging a little bit through the inner thighs. Okay, when you're ready, we'll make our way back down. So again, if you've got the block, just lift your hips a little bit, remove the block, release the hands, just lower yourself all the way down. When you get there, maybe separate your feet a little bit wider and let the knees just drop towards one another. And then from there, we'll separate the knees and bring the feet back into hip distance. So we're going to do a little reclined thread the eye of the needle here. So we'll lift your right foot up, flex it, and place it on your left thigh. So you might just stay here. You might lift your left foot off the ground, stay there, or maybe take your hands behind the back of the thigh, or maybe even the front of the shin. Just see how that feels. But try and keep both feet a little bit flexed and try and relax through the head and the neck. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to keep the cross of your legs here, but we'll release the hands and place the left foot on the ground. You can spread your arms out wide. I'm going to drop both of your legs just over towards the left side. So you do that, try and relax the right top leg. Maybe turn your head and look along your right arm. And when you're ready, we'll make our way back towards the centre. So take your time uncrossing the legs.
maybe use your feet just to even up your hips a little bit. So we'll do that the other way. So when you're ready, lift your left foot up, flex it, and place it on the right thigh. So again, option-wise, just stay here. Maybe just lift your foot up and stay there. Or take the hands down the back of the right thigh or front of the right shin. When you're ready, again, keep the cross of the legs, but release the legs so that the right foot is on the ground. Spread your arms, drop both legs over towards the right. Okay, when you're ready, we'll slowly release back towards the centre and crossing the legs. Maybe draw the knees towards your chest for a moment. You can make any final little movements that you want to. So we are going to move into Shavasana next. So if you do need to grab a pair of socks or pop something on, then please do that. And then just take your time coming in. So maybe just widening your legs. Spread the arms, palms up. Relax the shoulders. Maybe start to pay a little bit more attention to your breath. Start to breathe in relaxation and breathe out tension. And as ideas enter your mind, allow them to float away without attachment. Begin to listen to the world that exists inside you. Hear the clattering of your mind, the constant talking to ourselves. See the patterns and habits of the mind, planning, scheming, judging, worrying, comparing. That when your thoughts dwell on memories, reliving them over and over like an addiction to thought. Note when your thoughts chase after the future, attempting to control time by planning and hoping. Just to let yourself let all of that thinking go. Just for a moment. When you're ready, we'll take a deep inhale through your nose. And then just sigh out your mouth. So do that again, just deeply inhaling. And then just let it go. And then starting to move through your fingers and your toes. Maybe taking your arms and stretching them overhead. So stretching from your hands all the way to your feet. And when you're ready, bringing the arms back over. You start to bend your knees. So you can keep your feet on the ground or draw your knees to your chest, but just moving gently side to side. And if you like to roll over onto your side, you can do that also. And when you're ready, we'll start to make our way up. So just taking your time, maybe keep your eyes closed as you come up.
There's no rush at all, so move in your own way. So when you come up, we'll bring the palms together just in front of your heart. We're just leaving a little gap just to signify an openness in your heart. So thank you so much for coming along and practicing with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed our twisting practice. Namaste. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Any questions at all, please just ask. I'll stop this